Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most passionate, the most merciful. My name is Tariq Awad from Bahri, teacher from Bahri with the Saih. Today I want to teach you tenses, okay? But not so as to keep the rule of tenses only, okay? Why? Now if we know an idea, you know that the exam marks will be like this. There are, for composition, you know that there is 20 marks, okay? And comprehension, for comprehension, there is 25 marks, okay? And number 3, there is summary. For the summary, there is 8 marks, okay? And number 4, there is in language, we have verb between two brackets, 7 marks. So there is more than 50 marks, depend on writing correct sentences, okay? You know, I'm not going to teach you to keep the rule of tenses only here so as to take or to get these 7 marks. But it is very important to know, if you don't write correct sentence, you may lose, or you will lose 20 here, the marks here and here and here. يعني tenses very important، مهم جدا عشان الزول ما يفقد درجات بتاعت الكومبوزيشن والسمري اوكي. So let us now, okay, begin with tenses. Tenses, okay, tenses. Again, I said to understand tenses, you must, before talking about tenses, there is very important thing to be known. Number 1, there is something we call it word, because word can be divided into 3 groups. Group A, we have noun like Ali and cat, and there is pronoun aware that replace noun. You can take Ali and put he, or you can take outside cat and put it, and so on, okay? And number 3, there is something we call it adjectives. Adjectives are words that give us, describe the noun. Like what? Fat, you can say Ali is fat, okay? Or tall, or the cat, okay? This is group A. This is why I put these 3 together. Again, noun and pronoun and adjectives only together. Group B is the verb, okay, and like play and like eat and something you do. And adverb describe verb, where that describe verb, like what? Play when, now, play how, slowly, and so on. Again, group A, and this is group B. Group number C, there is joiners. To join can be used here with group A or group B. like and can join two sentences, two nouns, Ali and Ahmad, two pronouns, adjective, and so on can be used here and here. And there is like and if and so on. There is preposition, the preposition in and on and at and okay. And the last one is interjection. Interjection like oh, like wow, like hello, and so on. Okay, this is the word. Now, let us go to another thing, we call it clause. What we mean by clause? Because tenses are clauses. Okay? What we mean by clause? Clause here, like this, my friend is the subject, the doer. Okay? My friend took my story yesterday to read it. This is a clause. Okay? Now, my friend, my is modifier to give me more about friend, my friend. This is a subject. And took is the verb, but main verb. Okay? And there's why I say that main verb, because there is another verb, read. Read is not main verb. Okay? The subject, only one subject and only one main verb. Why took is main verb? Because I can't take outside took. Okay? I can't say my friend my story yesterday to read it. But I can say my friend took my story yesterday only. I can stop here. So this is not main verb. Okay, this is a clause. Clause again, only one subject and only one main verb. Okay, now group. This is the definition of clause, group of words with only one subject and only one main verb. Example, the boy went. The boy is the subject and went is the verb. Subject and the main verb. Okay. There is another important thing to be known, the subject. I want to divide subject into three. Number one, we have I and S. It means that here singular. What I mean by singular? Singular pronoun, maybe noun, maybe pronoun, like he and she, he and she and it. And maybe singular noun like Ali or cat, name of people, name of animal, name of place, name of thing, and so on. This is a singular. And I. We have also something we call it plural. The pronoun plural is we, and as you know, we and you and they. And also maybe noun. So the subject can be divided into three. I, singular, he and she and it, and singular noun like Ali, name of people, name of animal, name of car, and so on. Name of place. And the plural. Plural, the pronoun of plural, we and you and they. You can't write a correct sentence without clause. And clause, if there is no subject, there is no clause. These can be used as subjects. Pronoun also may be plural, can be noun. Plural may be pronoun or noun. Noun like children, noun, boys, noun, plural. Okay. Now the verb. Okay, the two important verbs, we say that here, clause depend on two important things: the subject and the verb. We know again the subject, we divide the subject. Now let us go to verb. Okay, verb, we have helping verb and we have ordinary verb. Can be divided into two: helping verb and ordinary verb. Helping verb, we have number one, verb to be; number two, verb to do; number three, verb to have; and number four, the model verb. Now I want to give you details here. Okay, verb to be, we have be and am and is and are. Past of am and is, past of am and is. Was. Past of are is were. Okay, and for tenses I don't want verb to be. Later on I'm going to give you more about, but again we have am and is. Past of am and is was. Are, past of are is were. Okay, now verb to do. Verb to do, there is do and does, and past of do and does is did. Okay, verb to have and has, and past of have and has is had. The last one, model, there is will, and past of will would, shall, and should, can, and could. But here I want this only to teach you tenses. We use will. Again, verb to be is and am and are. Past of is and are is was. Past of are is were. Okay, these are helping verb. Verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, and model. Ordinary verb. For ordinary verb, okay, we have regular verb and irregular verb. You know, regular verb like the verb play. Play, past of play, this is here infinitive verb. Past of play, played, ed, and past participle is also played. This is here past and this here past participle. This is regular verb. Regular verb end in ed. Past played and past participle played. Irregular verb, there is like a verb go is infinitive verb. Past of go is went, and past participle is gone. Okay, again helping verb and ordinary verb. Helping verb, we have four: verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, model. Verb to be is am, was, are, were. There is be and be in past participle. Here we do and does, and past of do and does did. And here we have, has, and the past is had, And the model will, would, shall, should, can, could, but I won't will. And ordinary verb, we have regular verb like play, past of play, played, past participle, and so on. Irregular verb like go. Why irregular? Because the past of go is win and past participle is gone. Okay. Now we want to talk about tenses. Tenses, we say that depend on clause. Clause depend on one subject and one main verb. There is another element, عنصر آخر, we call it time. Okay. Now try to imagine this is time. Okay. And this now is 9 o'clock. Okay. Now is 9 o'clock. And this is the subject. And the subject here is, we can say that this is Ali. Okay. Ali is the subject, الفاعل. And time, okay. And this is a verb. Verb, play, football. So we have three things. Number one, the subject, الفاعل. Time, الزمن. Verb, الفعل. Tense is simply, what does it mean? This subject do this verb when time. When time. Now, if we imagine that Ali, the subject, do the verb play at 9 o'clock. What does it mean? It means that here he play, okay, at present. Okay. معناه بيلعب في الحاضر. Okay. If Ali want to play after 9 o'clock, it means that future. المستقبل. If Ali won or play football before 9 o'clock, it means that here past. So tenses depend on three: time, past, present, and future. Now let us talk about present. The verb present. If Ali play at this time 9 o'clock, okay, now. Instead of say 9 o'clock, we can say now, الآن, okay. And he continue play football. So this is what we call it present continuous. Present continuous, what does it mean? Simply the subject, فاعل, Ali, do the verb at this time now, and he continue playing football. Now, if we change the time, the same subject and the same verb play, but we want to change the time of the verb. How? Look at this here. If Ali play football before 9 o'clock, for example, yesterday, it means that here past, and also today, في الماضي والحاضر, and he want to play or play football also in future. So we want here in this case, we talk about time generally, نتكلم عن الزمن عامة, past and present and future. So we change the time, not now 9 o'clock and continue. No, this is here past and present and future. And this is what we call it in English. And instead of say, بدل ما نقول Ali play football in past and present and want to play also in future, we can say that here yesterday. Instead, yes, every day, what does it mean? It means that here yesterday and today and tomorrow. Every day. So we change the time of the verb. When we change the time of the verb, we change the name of the verb, not present continuous. This is here present simple. Why? Because we change the time of the verb. Now let us go on. استمر. Okay. If Ali began playing football in past. لو علي بدأ يلعب في الماضي. And playing football complete. He finished playing football. Let us imagine that Ali began to play football at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock before 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock before 9 o'clock. The verb have began in past and complete. Ali finished playing football. Okay. Ali finished playing football. And before short time, فترة بسيطة, it means that here just what does mean before short time? Before 5 o'clock, 5 for example minutes or something like this, or 10 minutes before short time. Okay. And now there is result أثر. How the result? For example, Ali, there is wet عرق, and Ali is dirty. Okay, because of something done in past, not in present. Okay, so we have three things. When an action happened in past and complete, and now there is only result. Okay, this in English, because complete in English has the same meaning of perfect. Complete and perfect have the same meaning. This is why we call it here present perfect. So present continuous is the relation between present and future. Okay, present simple is relation between past and present and future. Present perfect is relation between past and present, not future. And in present, with present we have result. So in tenses we have, in present we have present continuous and present simple and present perfect. Now let us go to an action happening in past. An action happening in past, no relation with present. All of them have relation with present. دي كلها عندها علاقة بالحاضر. But now if an action happened in past, okay, and there is no relation with present, let us begin with present past continuous. Past continuous, we have two verb. Number one, if Ali play football, okay, if Ali play football, and while أثناء, okay, this is here number one, if Ali play football, and while play, this here number one, while Ali play football, there is another thing happen. His friend came. Okay, so here we have, this is here number two. Okay, number two. This is here number one, Ali play football. So we have two verb in past. Two verb happen in past. The first one, play continue. Why is this continue? Another verb happen. The first in English we call it past continuous. While Ali play, while playing, his friend Khalid came. So this past continuous. Okay, this we call it here past continuous. Okay, past continuous, two verbs in past. The first one continue. Now, if an action happen in past in a definite time, حاجة حصلت في الماضي في زمن محدد. Okay, definite time. This is not definite time. زمن هنا ما محدد. While Ali was playing football, his friend came. Maybe yesterday, maybe before a month, before a week, maybe. Okay, time is here is not definite, ما محدد. But here, yesterday is a definite time. Definite time. Yesterday. This in English we call it past simple. This is the difference between past simple and past continuous. Again, past simple is an action happening in past in a definite time. حاجة حصلت في الماضي في زمن محدد. But past continuous, two verbs. The first one continue while the second happen. Maybe the second One may be long, may be short. Later we can talk about the second. But now the first one must be written in past continuous. Okay. Now if we have, this is here, we call it past simple. If we have two verbs in past, Ali play football, and after play football, for example, he visit his uncle. Okay, he visit his uncle after these two verbs happen at the same time. هنا الفعلين حصلوا في نفس الزمن في past continuous. Two verbs, and here also two verbs. But the first one happen and complete, and then the second one happen. Okay, this is the first one, we call it past perfect. Again, this is definite time, زمن محدد. When the time is not definite, الزمن إذا كان ما محدد, the two verb here and here we have two verb. The first one and the second one, both of them happen at the same time. The first one, if the first one continue, we call it past continuous. But if here, if these two verbs, okay, these two verbs happen in past, okay, and the first one happen and complete, and then visit his friend, okay, we call it here after. This is here past perfect. So in tenses we have two present continuous, now, past continuous, while, present simple, every day, past simple, yesterday, present perfect, just, past perfect, after, and the last one is, this is here past perfect. Last one is future simple, tomorrow. An action will happen in tomorrow. This is here the idea of the tenses. Now let us go to the rule of these tenses. Okay, the rule of these tenses. Again, this is that here, present, future, and past. Okay, now present continuous, every day, present simple, just, present perfect, while, past continuous, yesterday, past simple, after, past perfect, and tomorrow is future. We want to know the rule of all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now again, this is time. We want to know two things. What about the subject, الفاعل, and what about the main verb? Let us first begin with the subject. The subject, I, singular, plural. We say that here, singular, he and she and it, and plural, they and we, and noun. All of them you can write down, I, singular, plural, if yesterday and I, or singular or plural. And here, I, singular, plural, I, singular, plural. Just and every day we don't write I, singular, plural. I want to write I, plural, singular, I, plural, singular. Okay, again, three elements, ثلاثة عناصر مهمة. This is time for tenses, ده الزمن, الأزمنة. And the subject, الفاعل, we put it here in all tenses. And the last one, the verb. And we say that here the verb, we have two kinds of verb, helping verb and ordinary verb. Now, what about helping verb here? We with present, with continuous, the two continuous, we use verb to be. We say that here, helping verb, we have four. Verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, and model. Verb to be used with continuous, okay? And verb to do, we use with them with present simple and past simple, okay? Verb to have, we use it here with just and after. It does mean that here perfect only. We use it here with perfect. And the last one is model. Model, we use it here with future. So we put helping verb here and here, here and here and here and here and here and here and here for all of them, the tenses. Now the details of verb to be, we say that here, verb to be, what does it mean? Is, am, are, past of is and am, was, and past participle, were. Okay, so this is here because am and is and are in present. Was and were in past, we use it with while. Okay, you understand this? With I we use am, with singular we use is, with plural we use are, and here with I we use was, singular was, plural were. Okay, now for present symbol and past symbol, we say that here we use verb to do, but we don't use helping verb in affirmative sentence. Later on الجملة المثبتة ما بنستخدم فيها فعل المساعد. Okay, but we can say with in present symbol we use do and does in question and negative, and here we use did in question and negative. Okay, so there is no helping verb here and here in affirmative sentence. Now let us go to perfect. We use verb to have. What does it mean? Have with I and have with plural and has with singular. Have and has. And because the past of have and has is had, this is why we use had with after. Okay, so I had, singular had, plural had. What about future? Future we use will. With I will, with singular will, with plural will. Okay, so this is here we complete talking about this is time, and this is all helping verb here in all tenses. Then what about, we say that here the ordinary verb. Do you remember ordinary verb? We say that here we have regular verb and irregular verb. Okay, now with present continuous and past continuous we use verb and ing. A verb like play, we can say play and put ing here, and play and ing here. Okay, the verb, this is the main verb. Okay, now what about present symbol and past symbol? With present, with past symbol we use the verb in past. It means that here, this here, played, because the past is played. Okay, and here also we use infinitive verb or verb plus s or es. Okay, here infinitive verb with I and plural. The verb play infinitive فعل مجرد. But with singular, he and she and it and singular noun, we use verb plus s or es. Play, okay, play, we add s, we add es if the verb happen, if at the end of the verb there is ch or sh or x or z or s, double s or z. In this case, because play end in y, we use plays. So he plays, but I play. Plural, they play. Here I am playing, verb and ing. So here with two continuous, verb and ing here and verb and ing here. With past symbol, verb in past. When we change the time of the verb, we change the name of the verb and we change the rule of the verb. Okay, the rule of tenses. The rule of tenses is not the same here and here and here and here. Okay, now let us talk about perfect, the two perfect. With perfect, past perfect, we use had, verb to have. Verb to have and has, and had. Have and has here, and had here. What about the verb? Here we put it here, the verb in past participle, التصريف الثالث. And also past participle. Play, the past of play is played, ed. And also past participle, played. Okay, if this is here is regular verb. If it is not regular verb, like go, when, gone, here we use gone, and here we use gone. Okay, and here we use when, because of the past of go, when, and here we use go or goes. Why goes? Because this verb ends in o. Here we say that here o, goes. And here going, verb and ing, and here is going, verb and ing. The last thing we want to talk about future. Future we use will with all of them, helping verb, I and singular and plural. The verb must be infinitive. Like play, we use play. Go, we use the verb go. So here we complete the rule of tense. Is very easy. Okay, verb to be again. This is that here. Tenses depend on three. Time, this is time. Now and while, present continuous, past continuous. Every day and yesterday, present perfect, present simple and past perfect, present simple and past simple. Just and after, present perfect and past perfect. And tomorrow is future. This is time. The subject, I singular, plural, I singular, plural. Here we put I plural singular, I plural singular. Okay. For the verb here, with the continuous, we use verb and ing. So verb and ing, what does mean? It means that here continuity of the verb. So this is, we don't use it here with present simple or present perfect or future. With perfect, the two perfect, we use verb in past participle. Okay, we do not use past participle here or here or here. With tomorrow, we use verb infinitive, and okay, and the last one we use here verb infinitive and verb plus s or es. Okay, now we have something we call it affirmative. Affirmative, the question will be like this here, subject and verb between two brackets. Like what? Like now they dash eat. Okay, now this is time. Okay, they is the subject, fa'il. Okay, eat, this is here the main verb, this is the verb. So this verb must be written, we want helping verb and the conjugation of verb أو تصريف الفعل. Helping verb, we say that here with now, we use verb to be, is an am and are. Because they, the subject is they, here we use are. Okay, and we say that here with, this is here for helping verb. What about ordinary verb? Ordinary verb, we use verb and ing. This is an infinitive verb. Eat, we add eat and ing. Okay, another, like for example, she always dash help. Okay, always and every day, both of them are used in present simple. So this is present simple. Okay, we say that here, not only every day, but there is another thing can be used. Okay, like always. Always like every day. The same rule of every day. Here, this is the subject again, and this is time. This is here, okay. This is here time. Time, it means that here present symbol always, okay. This is time, and this is here the verb. So we say that here with symbol in affirmative sentence there is no helping verb. Don't use helping verb. What about the ordinary verb? Ordinary verb, we can use infinitive, or we must use infinitive if the subject is I or plural. But if the subject is singular, إذا كان الفاعل singular مفرد, we use verb plus s or es. Es, we say that here, es is the verb ending ch and sh, we know them, okay. But here the verb ending b, in this case we use help, okay, and we add s only, not es, okay. What about yesterday? My mother here, my mother dash cook okra. Again, yesterday is time. My mother is a subject, الفاعل, and my mother is a singular مفرد, and this cook is the verb. Cook is the verb, okay. Yesterday we say that here with past symbol. Again, we say that here with past symbol. No helping verb in affirmative sentence. This is affirmative sentence. When we have the subject and just verb between two brackets, this is affirmative sentence. Okay, we do not use did here. We use no helping verb. And what do you remember the ordinary verb? Ordinary verb, the verb must be written in past. Past of cook, cooked. Ed, cooked. Okay, this is past participle of the verb. Now negative sentence. Negative sentence, the same rule of affirmative sentence. Only we add not to helping verb and put it here with, we add not to the helping verb, okay. And don't forget, we say that here helping verb in present continuous and past continuous is an am and are, and was and were past. In present simple and past simple, do and does in present and did in past. For perfect, have and has, and had for past perfect. Future we use will, okay. Now, okay, here helping verb plus not. Am not. Do not. Is not, can be written isn't. Are not, you can write it like this here, and we can take outside o and put apostrophe e. Is not, are not, do not, does not, did not. Because why here we say that here do and does and did? Because here we need helping verb in negative for symbol. This here verb to do, we use it here with symbol. This here verb to be, this is here continuous, and do and does and this for symbol. Have and has for perfect. This here have not and has not, like this here hasn't and hadn't, and the last one is, okay, the last one is will not or won't have the same, okay, meaning. Now example here and for, okay. Now they dash eat. This is here affirmative sentence. Okay. What about, let us, if we add here not eat, because this is negative, the question will be like this. And here, not help, like this here. And here, not cook, like this here. So not here, not like this, not like this here, because this is here negative question. Between two brackets we put the verb, and before the verb there is not. Not what does mean? Means that here this sentence must be written in negative, جملة منفية. Okay, the same rule of affirmative sentence. We say that here with now, this is time, and this is here subject, and this is verb. Okay, this is the verb, not eat. We say that here with now, helping verb is or am or are, and here with they because it is plural we use are, but because there is not we put here not like this here, or we can take outside not and put apostrophe e. Okay, and the same rule of affirmative sentence. Okay, eat, because in present continuous and past continuous we put verb and ing, so this is here eating here. Okay, she always not help. Okay, she, okay, is a subject, and always is time. We say that here always like every day, present simple. Present simple, we need helping verb because there is negative sentence, not affirmative sentence. If it is affirmative sentence, we don't use helping verb. But now I need helping verb. The helping verb here, because the subject is she, we say that here with she and he and it, we use does. Okay, with singular we use does. With plural and I we use do. This here we use does. Does we add it to not, does not, like this here. And verb infinitive, we do not use verb plus s or es. Why? Because after do, after does, the verb must be infinitive. And here we have s, we take outside s from here and put it here to do become does. So we say that here does not help, again with do and does and did, all of them the verb must be infinitive. الفعل لازم يكون مجرد, and this is here a very important okay thing. Okay, like this. Now let us go to another example. This here affirmative. Now what about interrogative? Interrogative sentence. Affirmative sentence, جملة المثبتة. We know how to answer the question of affirmative sentence. Negative sentence, the same rule, but we add helping verb and not. Okay. What about interrogative? Interrogative sentence, the question will be like this here because it is a question. Interrogative, it is a question sentence. جملة استفهامية. We have, if you find question mark at the end of the sentence and verb between two brackets, and if you find the subject in the middle, before subject there is dash and after. Okay, again we use the same rule of affirmative sentence, only we put helping verb here, helping verb before the subject, and the conjugation تصريف الفعل according to tenses we put it here. Okay, if the sentence, if the time is, if the sentence in present continuous, verb and ing, past continuous, verb and ing, present perfect, past participle, past perfect, past participle, future verb infinitive. But here we put helping verb. But the question, sometimes we find word like this here, when and where and what and why and where and how many and how much. All of these question, where that using question. Also before this there is dash, subject and verb between two brackets and question mark here. We say that here at the first space put helping verb. The second is, for the second space, conjugation of the verb, التصريف بتاع الفعل according to the tenses. Okay, now what about helping? Now let us go to know an idea about example. Again, interrogative sentence, we have two parts. Helping verb before the subject, subject in the middle, the subject in the middle, before the subject helping verb, and after the subject conjugation of the verb, تصريف الفعل. And maybe a word like this here, where and what, and also in the middle before the subject helping verb and after the subject or the conjugation of the تصريف الفعل according to tenses. Now let us go to have an example. Okay, like this. Okay, like this. Now, okay, what about this? Dash, they dash eat every day. First, to answer the question of tenses, try to look for time. Where is the time here? The time here is every day. This is why, because we have the rule of how many? 7. Present continuous may be present. This verb must be maybe written in present continuous, maybe past continuous, maybe present simple, maybe past simple, maybe present perfect, maybe past perfect, maybe future. How can I know? This is here. So the first step, try to look for أبحث عن شنو? Time. This is here every day time. Now what about every day? Every day, what does it mean? It means present simple. Present simple, and this is question, interrogative. And we say that here, interrogative helping verb must be written here. And this is here conjugation of the verb, تصريف بتاع الفعل. Again, with present simple, we say that here helping verb here is do or does, with every day, and with yesterday did. Here do or does. Does with he and she and it, singular. Because the subject is they, with they we use do. And do you must be written in capital Y, because at the beginning of the sentence you must begin with capital do, they. And we say that here, do you remember, with do and does and did again and again, the verb must be infinitive verb. الفعل بيكون مجرد. So here we put it here, it. Okay, another example. Okay. Okay, why dash she just dash sleep. First, where is the time? Okay, the time here is just. What does it mean? Just. Just, it means that here present perfect. Okay, present perfect. What is the rule? What is the rule of present perfect? The helping verb, we use verb to have. With just, we use have and has. With after, we use had. So here you must use have or has. Has with, because the subject is she, this is the subject, and this is time and the subject, and then helping verb and the conjugation of the verb, تصريف الفعل. Helping verb here is, because she, with she we use has. Okay, and conjugation, the verb must be written in past participle. All perfect, present perfect or past perfect, the verb must be written in past participle. الفعل بيتكتب في التصريف الثالث. Sleep is irregular verb من الأفعال الشاذة. Sleep, past of sleep is slept. Okay, so this is the answer of the question. Okay, the last question is here. Okay, now, okay, what about how many books dash my friend take yesterday? And there must be question mark here. Sorry, question mark here. This is first. Try to look for time. What about time here? Yesterday. It means that here past symbol. Okay. What about this sentence? This is affirmative sentence or negative sentence or question or interrogative sentence. Question. It means that interrogative. This is interrogative question. Why? Because here we have at the end we have question mark, and this is the subject. And before the subject there is space, and after the subject there is another space. So this is here. Yesterday past symbol. Yesterday past symbol. One past symbol, because here I need helping verb. Helping verb is did. Verb to do. Here we put did. And here we say that here again with do and does and did, the verb infinitive. Take. Play, watch, read. The same verb between two brackets. The verb between two brackets is infinitive. الفعل اللي بيكون بين قوسين ده أصلا فعل مجرد. Take, write down, take like this here. Okay. Now we know how to answer the question of negative, affirmative sentence, intenses, and negative and interrogative. Now what about, we say that here, what about present continuous now? Past continuous while. Present simple every day. Past simple yesterday. Present perfect just. Past perfect after. Future is tomorrow. But there is another time or adverb. With now there is, we can use at this moment, في هذه اللحظة, at this time, at present, be careful, be quiet, look, listen, take care, stop, hurry up, pay attention, this time, these days. All of them we use the same rule of now in affirmative sentence and negative sentence and question. What about every day? Every day we have every day and daily and always and often and sometimes and seldom and rarely and scarcely and never and generally and occasionally and from time to time, frequently, normally, annually, once, twice, 3 times, once, on Fridays, and facts. Okay. Sorry, because there is no more time to give you the meaning of this sentence. I'm going just to give you this. If we have later, if there is another time, I can give you more detail about this. Now, what about just already, recently, lately, shortly, since, for, and yet, and never, and ever? We use never here and never here. Very important. Never here. Never can be used with present symbol and also used in with present perfect. To understand this, to understand the difference between present, never and every day, it means that here never here in with every day. It means that here present, and this here past, and this is here future. Look at the difference between never with every day present symbol, never with just or present perfect. Again we said, do you remember, everyday present symbol, past and present and future. Never here and never here, never in past, never in present, never in future. But with just relation between only past and present, never in here in past and never now, but not future. This is here. With this here, we use present, okay, perfect. And here we use present simple. I never watch TV. What does it mean? I never watch TV in past. I never watch TV now. I will never watch TV in future. But when we say that here, I have never watched TV, what does it mean? I have never watched TV in past and present. But in future, I may watch TV. This is the difference between this. Okay, now let us go to complete. Okay, with continuous, past continuous, we use as and during. With past simple, we use last and ago and in time and before and when and once upon a time and just now and the previous and in and past, verb in past. With after, okay, we can use remembered. Ed must be, the verb must be past. Remembered that and found that and discovered. Also this verb must be written in past. Discover that and, okay, forgotten. Okay, that and when and past simple and just and already we use it here with present perfect. But if you find when and past, okay, symbol after when there is past symbol, we don't use present perfect with just and already, we use past perfect. For future we have tomorrow and next and the coming and after 2 days and so on and tonight and in future. Okay, this is what we mean. Finally, there is be between two brackets. If you find be between two brackets, look at this sentence. If the sentence is the time of the tense is present, change be to am or is or are. If it is past, was and were. Future will be. Present perfect have been or has been. Past perfect like this here. He dash be happy. Okay, now present. Present we change be to am or is or are. Here he is. But if we say that here, he dash be in, for example, Italy for 3, for example, years. 3 years. For 3 years have the same rule of just present perfect. In this case we use this here present perfect, we use have been or has been. So he has, because with he and she and it we use has been in Italy for 3 these days. Now this is the end of this tense period, and I'm going to, if there is another time I'm going to give you more details, but sorry because time is very limited. الزمن محدد ومحصور، ما قدر في حاجات كثيرة الواحد ما بيقدر give you in details, but this is here general. In this case, in this period, just I want you to know the meaning of tenses, not only يعني ما تحفظ القاعدة, not keep the rule in your mind. What is the difference between tenses generally? Okay, thank you.